Bien, pues nosotros seguimos recolectando conversaciones, recogiendo miradas en torno a algo que tenemos que construir en común y que es el futuro. Y en este camino para construir el futuro hay herramientas que vienen, la inteligencia artificial, la tecnología, el pensamiento disruptivo, el pensamiento exponencial, el poder hacer las cosas de manera distinta, tal vez sin cambiar la meta, pero buscar caminos distintos que nos lleven a encontrar soluciones a un mundo que es tan complejo. Y en ese espacio es que Singularity Summit en su quinta versión ha reunido y reunió a muchos speakers internacionales y uno de ellos es Jonathan Brill, Executive Chairman the Center of Radical Change. Thank you so much for this conversation.
It's a pleasure to be here.
No, it's a pleasure for me to talk to you and to talk to you about the future. So I know that it sounds like a simple question, but it's not. What is the future? Are we thinking about the future in the right way?
I think the question is a little different, which is what can we control about what happens next? Because there's so many things that could happen. A meteor could hit the Earth tomorrow, right? Artificial general intelligence could come and create peace and opportunity for everybody. There's so much that could happen. The questions to, I think, ask are, what are the small decisions we can make today to increase our options, to increase our ability to innovate as that world changes? Because I think we all focus on disruption, when the reality is we will likely be disrupted more often than we will change the world. So how do we lean into those times? How do we lean into those moments? And in research from McKinsey, what they said was that companies over a 14-year period that do that, they have about 82% higher economic profits. So we need to think about the future, but we need to think even more about how we will respond to those things that we can't necessarily expect.
We have to think about the future and also we have to design the future.
We have to design our response to it. Absolutely. And we can design the future more and more and more. The beauty for me of artificial intelligence is that it gives us the ability to look at really complex problems and say, okay, what is the likelihood of one thing becoming true or another? And we see this already in things like weather forecasting, which has become dramatically better in recent decades because of artificial intelligence. What's going to happen in the next couple of years is every single one of us will have that kind of capability that like national weather centers have today, supercomputers have today, but in our pockets. And when that happens, we start thinking about how might we change our business, how might we shift a supply chain, but we also might have to use game theory to figure out where we go for lunch, checking out every city and every restaurant in town and finding the best one for us that day. The opportunities here aren't just the big things, they're the improvement, the ability to make better decisions in every moment of our lives.
Let's talk about AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. So how is it going to change our life, the AI? How is it going to change the future of our works and our life, our daily life?
So there are three answers to that. There's the things that AI will do that humans are not able to. And those are starting to happen this year. They're already happening. The next one is, what are those things that we shouldn't do, that we spend the majority of our time doing? I used to, as an executive, spend more than half of my time in meetings for no really good reason. But I think the most important thing is how will AI enable us to do the things that we won't do today because they aren't worth our time. They are too energy intensive for humans. We don't like doing them. It's all of those millions of little things that will change the world. And we will have those huge AGI, artificial general intelligence moments. And we will have those moments where it changes the nature of the work we do right now. But that real opportunity, the thing that's already better than us at, is the thing that we don't do. And that's the place we need to start.
It's important to open the conversation about AI. My question is because we have to use AI in the right way, but you can use it in the bad way. So it's important to have law to talk about AI. It's important. We have to do that.
I think there's a challenge here. Last time I looked, and it was over 6 months ago, there were 1,690 AI regulation projects around the world. I'm sure it's doubled. So in that world, I think the question is, how do you regulate AI across, and how does anybody who's trying to do something useful work in a context of 3,000 different rules? It's not possible. And so we have this balance between how do we protect ourselves from the downsides and how do we give ourselves the upsides? And it's going to be a real challenge looking through this, working through this. There isn't a good answer right now. The ideal is that there's a global regulation around it and everyone agrees.
Global regulation.
The only problem is there's always going to be one country that doesn't agree.
Yeah. It's probably.
So how does that balance out?
Yeah, it's very difficult because AI, it's a huge word. Even we don't know how huge it could be. So to discuss, to write regulation about that is very difficult because probably we don't know.
We're going to have to be responsive. So when you take a look at different regulatory regimes across the world, you see a couple of things happening. The Chinese basically started off setting relatively strong regulations and then being relatively gentle unless you're a bad actor, and then they'll come after you. And I think that idea of letting 1,000 flowers bloom, but making sure you have a lawnmower, it's probably a good idea.
According to this situation, from this context, what kind of leader we are going to need in the future?
I think there are three aspects of leadership. There's the sheer raw intelligence, understanding the problem. And then there's the soft skills, being able to really understand people. And then there's the ability to synthesize really complex information. And AI, I think, will help people who are not super geniuses understand the problem. And they may help them synthesize and look at more complex information. But increasingly, it's that deeply human side, understanding what people need, what drives them, what they don't understand about themselves yet, that will help people move forward, find consensus in the next 5 years.
I want to talk something disruptive or
Please.
something, or something different.
Yeah.
But probably it's not different because it's the day. People are stressed. People are leading with very difficult situations. They are not leading with AI or, I don't know, different kind of startup. They are working, taking their kids to the school, making money to get food, to pay the rent. That's the life. So here in Santiago, in Chile, most people have to commute, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Right.
So can we link this life with the technology? Because we have a lot of challenge. We have challenge in climate change, but also in the people, with the people,
Yeah.
with the common life.
Yeah. And I think there's a balance, and it will take time to figure this out. This won't be figured out in this decade. But the reality of Chile today is it is an overproductive economy. You have unemployment because you're producing more than your people need.
Yeah.
And so it's this crazy question of how do we use this technology to come up with new things to do, right? New things for those people to do that they need. And so I think there's this balance between these two things. AI will drive massive efficiency gains, right, in professional services by 2030, according to McKinsey, 14%, right? On the flip side, we can do stuff with that freed time. We can create new value with this new technology. So the question is, how do we use it to ease people's lives, to improve people's lives, to create the work and life, family satisfaction that we all secretly want? And we're in a place today, more than ever, to be able to do that. It's a mindset shift about how we allocate capital in this country. It's a mindset shift about how we empower people to be entrepreneurs in this country. It's a mindset shift about how we make bets on the future in this country. They're all possible here today, and we've seen countries of your size do this before. We've seen it happen in Sweden, we've seen it happen in Singapore. We've seen this happen, and you have better natural resources, you have a better industrial base, you have better growing capability, agricultural, you have better imports and exports than any of these countries had when they started. It's a choice. The future is a choice.
The future is a choice, yeah. It is, but to think out of the box is not easy. It's not easy because you have to pay the rent, get some food, or I don't know, go to work.
Of course.
Yeah. So how can we invite to the audience, to the people, to try to think out of the box? Because I think that when you think out of the box, when you do the thing in different way, probably you're gonna have a different response, or probably different result. It could be better.
Yeah.
It could be better, but it's difficult to move it. So, what is your main advice to try to think different?
So I love working with artificial intelligence, and I love asking it that question, right? How could I think differently about this problem? Give me 10 new ways to think about it. So I don't have to sit there for like days racking in my brain, inventing a new way to think. Because the world's already invented thousands and millions of new ways to think. I mean, there are 8 billion of us on the planet. And what this tool gives us is the knowledge, the wisdom, the insight of all of those people. And so the mindset shift is, instead of us having to figure out how to figure out a thing, asking, hey, what are 10 ways I can think about this? That opens up so many opportunities.
Yeah. My last question is about our planet, because you are from California, I'm from Chile, but we share this planet.
We do.
We do. And our planet has different challenges. One of them is climate change, or I don't know, how are we caring the nature?
Yeah.
How important is to link also AI with those demands? Because we are talking about, oh my God, AI, it uses a lot of water, but is the problem or is the solution, or both?
Yeah. So vocalizing the problems is incredibly important. AI uses a lot of water. Tools are now in place to recycle that water that weren't being used before environmentalists got engaged a couple of years ago. So that problems like that can get solved pretty quickly with technology. The question about energy use is really important. We're going to have to use a tremendous amount of energy if 1 billion or 2 billion or 3 billion people are going to start using these tools. The amazing thing in Chile is, in the Atacama, you have 300 plus beautiful days a year. Maybe that's a solar city for AI data centers. Maybe that's a new economic opportunity in this country, using your amazing clean energy, your amazing environment, your amazing leadership and natural strengths to build a better future for the entire country, the entire world.
Is that possible?
I think it's 100% possible if you choose your future.
Oh, that's a nice advice. You have to choose the future, and also you have to believe that it's possible. And you have to believe in yourself to do that.
Here's the way I think about it. In a year or 2 years, your children will have an AI agent that will manage 1,000 other AIs. They will have the power in their hands of a CEO today. The question is, will they take it? And are you teaching them how to wield that for good and to think outside the box to shape the new reality that we all deserve? That's the future.
Are we incorporating the AI in the education?
AI, I think, is central to education. The reality when we're looking at early data is that AI tutors, in many cases, are more effective than human tutors. And that's just the beginning. Give that a year, and it will be a video avatar that looks like your favorite pop star teaching you science and math, but just understanding exactly what your challenges are and teaching you exactly what you need. That's the future of education. Teachers will continue to be incredibly important, human teachers, but they will do the things that humans do, that humans are uniquely good at, to help their entire classes become far more educated, far smarter, far more creative, far more future-centric.
Perfect. I want to thank you for this conversation. Thank you for sharing your knowledge about AI, to push us to think different and to build or to think about our future.
This is the most blessed country in the Americas. You have more natural resources,
Yes, we
you
have.
have more beautiful land, you have, can I say this? Better food.
Yeah, we have. That's good.
And your challenges literally are that you have too much of it and you're trying to figure out how to deal with that problem. You have great people, great education. How do we bring these together to build the future we all want, to come up with amazing, crazy new things that make all of our lives better? This is the opportunity in Chile, and it's here not in the future, it's here today.
It's there now. Perfect. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you so much, Macarena.
It was nice to talk to you.
It's always a pleasure.
Y nos quedamos con ese consejo, con esa posibilidad de construir un futuro colectivo, pero tal vez en este caso no pensando en los 5 años, sino más bien en aquello que tenemos acá, de nuestra riqueza y de haciéndolo de manera sustentable, sostenible y conectado también con esta herramienta que son las tecnologías. Nos encontramos en una próxima conversación.